Today on the grid, it is Blind Photo Critiques Day, and it's going to be a rough day. We've got some rough images, and it's going to go rough for some people. However, I do have some good news. Mr. Kuna is back from his workshop in the Badlands. Kuna's back again. Kuna's back. Tell a friend. And we've got some fun news to share. We've got a ridiculous amount of prizes to give away once again. It's going to be a harsh day on the grid. And it all starts in just 23.2 seconds. Let's go!
The grid is brought to you by Platypod, the tripod alternative that is changing the world. Everybody has a Platypod. You should too. Go to platypod.com.
Hey, ho, whoa. Welcome to another fun day on the grid. Must be Wednesday around 1-ish. Oh, my shirt is like off kilter. Which way is it supposed to go? But you don't see it until then you look at the monitor and you're like, why is my shirt way over there? We'll fix it when the time is appropriate. We go one up on Kuna.
There we go.
Anyway, Kuna's back again.
Yes, I'm back.
Kuna's back. Tell a friend. All right, and you'll know also that Dobson is on the jib today. Juan is here, but he's not on the jib. Dobson's there. But Dobson and I had a very, very rough night last night on Call of Duty, on Warzone.
Mm-hmm. Well, I will say his jib work is getting progressively better.
So is his play on Call of Duty.
It's all going up. It's all looking up.
We had some really rough lobbies last night. But anyway, we got to bed by at least 2 a.m., so that's good.
Well, that's good, yeah.
Now, you went to the Badlands. You had a workshop out there.
Yeah, we had a workshop out there. We were going to do Milky Way photography. Turned out to be cloudy some nights, so we didn't get as much as we want. But it was a great opportunity.
It happens.
That's the exact thing that happens to me all the time. So
can we see some pics?
Yeah. So let's see some pics.
Can you hit like F or something? There you go.
Yeah. So first night, you can see the skies, so you can tell what's going to be happening later. Not much Milky Way, but we went out and got an old 70s truck, and had a model locally that came in kind of that kind of traditional kind of 70s 80s kind of clothery. To kind of like
clothery.
Yep. To really kind of like set the mood, because that's what it's all about. It's not just about like shooting the Milky Way. It's like, what can we put with it?
Right.
So we were going to put the truck in front of the Milky Way with her. We ended up doing some of that, but it really wasn't great. But we got these great shots of the model with her dog. There's another shot with the model. A nice little reflection shot. This one I loved,
I saw this on Erik's computer before the show started, and I was like, I like that.
This is great. And then, see like the dog looking up at her like, hey, you're the best.
You're the best. That dog said you're the best.
And that was when we started moving the truck into the Badlands area. We were going to shoot, looking up at the Milky Way and the stars, but obviously that didn't happen. But that can happen with a tool, and we learned how to do that in the workshop with a tool called Photoshop. I don't know if you've ever used it.
I've used it. It's quite good.
So you can see we've kind of like doing a little light painting, adding a little light into the scene, but hopefully, and then we'll be able to do that in post. So it was just a really epic sunset, so we captured that. But then we went out to the Badlands, shot the Milky Way, at some of the overlooks.
Are they really that bad?
Yeah, no, actually they're really good. I mean, look at it right there. That was
a Badlands
another shot where
really
you got you have these expansive kind of landscapes, as you can see there. So just doing a lot of that. This is one of my favorite areas or looks. Very colorful. And then that shot's right out in the back of where we stayed. We have a ranch that we stay at, and that's right out the back. So you can see the Milky Way right out the back.
Was it a ranch or a rancho?
A ranch up in that area.
Okay.
So.
All right.
So yeah, you can see just like all this stuff. Great time we had. Oh, we even got some lightning. Stayed out one night and saw some lightning storms that rolled through
that's
to the
nice.
south. You can see again, that's that same river bend that we shot the night before. Then we went out to this classic like 1800s, 1880s town. Brought in a model as well, working with John there, and he was just flipping cards around. And brought his horse. We did some stuff with the horse, and then went and did some light painting where we did all-in-one exposure, and got the attendees to do that all-in-one exposure. But what's interesting about all these shots is I didn't shoot a single one of them. These are all people that came on the workshop.
Wow,
shots, so.
That's great.
Yeah.
These are all attendees.
Yeah, all the attendees.
Wow, they did great.
Yeah, they did awesome. And really, I mean, we worked with what we've got. But honestly, Scott, that's really how I shoot. You have to, we know that all too well. We have to go out. We have to.
You play the hand you're dealt.
Play the hand you're dealt. Exactly. So, but it was awesome. It was a great experience. Really loved meeting everybody. Great group of attendees. Just an awesome time all around.
Oh, great. Well, speaking of workshops, I am off tomorrow to my workshop in Norway in the Lofoten Islands. I'm very excited about that. So I'll be leaving tomorrow night. Heading out. Only takes me 2 days to get there. I get to Oslo Friday at 4:30 in the afternoon. Spend the night in Oslo, world's most boring photographic city. And then I take 2 more flights.
Amen. I've been
2
there.
more flights to get to the Lofoten Islands, where Mimo and I will meet up with Dave Williams and company,
awesome.
and we're going to have a great group of folks out there and a lot of fun. And I got 12 participants, and it's going to be great. We're very excited about it. We got some vans, we got some great places to eat, we got some phenomenal locations, we got some secret surprises. All right,
so that's what it's all about. It's about having fun, and eating.
Well, that's all. We do take pictures too, Eric.
We do take pictures.
We do, but we do have a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun.
Part of having fun is taking pictures.
Yes, it's
for
a lot.
us.
Yes,
For
and
us.
taking pictures in a group, it makes it even more fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, I have other workshop news. Eric and I have been teasing that we were that we were going to be coming up with one more workshop this year, and we have it. And we have the dates, and we have the location, and everything's coming together. Ready? We are going to be doing a workshop in, or around, I should say, the Las Vegas area. So Las Vegas will be our home base, but don't think of it like we're going to go shoot casinos, right? No, it's not a shoot casinos thing. It's do other things. So Las Vegas is a great base to go and do lots of other things. There are a lot of neat things around the Las Vegas area. You're close to all kinds of crazy stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to go out there. Vegas is going to be our home base, and we'll know exactly where we're staying here in a day or so. But we're already working on all the details are coming together. It will be October 29th through November 1st, with a dinner the night before on the 28th. And we're down to 2 restaurants. We've narrowed it down to. They're both phenomenal restaurants for our opening night dinner.
What's really interesting about this idea, or what we talked about, is a lot of times we're approaching cities, and we look at the city, but it's looking at what we can do in a city like Las Vegas. There's so many things that we can do, and what we love to do is set up shots and actually produce, like you saw with bring a truck or bring a model or fly a model in and put her on top of a villa in
like
Santorini.
We did in Santorini.
Those are the things we love to do. And we were talking after Santorini, like if we could go one place, where would be the place that we could line up all these things that are like epic shots? And we went, we got a place.
Well, Eric pitched me on the idea, and of course, when he said Vegas, the first thing I think of is casinos. I'm like, I don't want to go shoot a bunch of casinos.
And
he's like, no.
Think about it.
And we started talking, and we were like, and I was like, oh my gosh, Vegas would be phenomenal.
Yes.
Plus, we have contacts out there, so we have contacts to get into places and do things that we shouldn't. So that's what we're gonna do.
That's it.
Now, here's how it works. If you want to be among the first to know, you need to go to scottkelbyworkshops.com and get on my newsletter list. At the very bottom of the page that you see right there, there is the advanced nerds. Now, here's the order and how people learn about these workshops. If you've been to one of my workshops already, you get the first shot at it. If we have any space left after that, then I send out the email list and let our VIPs know. And then, lastly, we let the public know if there's anything left. All of these workshops have sold out in advance, so if you want to go, get on that list.
You got to get on that list.
That is your best chance.
Historically, it has never got past that.
Yeah, it doesn't usually get past the newsletter list.
Yes.
So Lofoten was sold out in just days. Budapest was sold out. I never even got to the list. It was sold out so fast.
Yeah.
So go there right now, ScottKelbyWorkshops.com. Get on the list, and it's just going to be. I don't send you anything else. I just go. This is the next workshop. So I don't hit you with any other deals or anything else. Just that. It's just a workshop. Here's what's next, and of course we'll have the 2025 workshops coming out soon. Where we'll pick some other cool places.
Yeah.
All right. That's it. Today we're doing blind photo critiques. And it's not going to go well.
Before we get to that, we got to do prizes. We've got so many prizes that we have to give away. And to enter these prizes, all you're going to do is leave us a comment, tell us what you'd like to win. But first, we're going to be giving away a copy of Scott's Best of Digital Photography book series. So we're going to give away a copy of the Best of the Digital Photography book. And then we're also going to give away a copy of Scott's iPhone photography book. This is a great book if you're looking to get serious with that iPhone.
Yes,
that was another thing. You guys saw shots in there. Some of those shots were iPhone shots, because I'll tell you, when people realize what they can get out of their iPhone, they're like, I had attendees who were like, so why do I have this mirrorless camera? Why do I have that? And I said, well, there's times and places, but I'm telling you, those iPhones and Androids are great. All right, and then we're going to give away one of the Platypod Basic. That's that little attachment you see here that allows you to put your phone attachment on there. I've actually tested it out, and you can put a small ball head with a small mirrorless camera as well with it. Really neat. And then we're going to give a copy of On One No Noise 2024. Great plugin for removing noise and adding that sharpening that you lose with noise reduction back to your photo. And then we're going to give away a V-Flat from V-Flat World. Now, this one's for U.S. shipping only, so you just got to have a U.S. shipping address. But everybody can get a discount over there if they use the code KELBY10 at checkout. That's KELBY10 at checkout. And they'll get 10% off. And Retouch for Me is giving away 20% as well with the code KELBY120, KELBYONE 20. But somebody's going to win the Mattifier app. So if they go over there, they can win the Mattifier app. Great plugin for Photoshop. If you're into retouching, these plugins are amazing. So you want to check them out. And then they just got to go over to use that promo code, go over and go to the website address promo.retouch4.me, and you'll be able to get that 20% off. And then SlickPick is going to give away 1 year of their classic gallery plan to one viewer. This is for new customers only, so you just have to be a new customer to SlickPick to win that. But you can get a discount on SlickPick as well. Go over to slickpick.com/Kelby1. And that's that. And then there's also another thing that's happening is SlickPick is doing a endless summer photo contest. So they want everybody to know about. It celebrates all that we've done over the summer, sharing your memories, images, best reflecting the summer season, anything you took from awesome vacations, anything like that. And the prizes are worth over $8,000. Just go to that website, slickpick.com, and then do /endless summer, and you can enter that contest. So slickpick.com/endless summer, and you'll be able to enter their endless summer photo contest. So check it out. All right.
Okay. Are we going to start with that? We have time for. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do a few.
We should do a few.
Let's do a few. All right. So we asked our viewers to please send in 3 of their best images. Their best images for us to critique them. Now, these are called blind critiques because we don't say anybody's name, so we can give really honest critiques, because nobody else will give you an honest critique. Everyone's just like, oh yeah, your stuff's great. No one's going to go, hey, look, your stuff's lame. Today, it's that day. Today is that day.
All right, here we go.
All right, let's look at the first one.
All right, getting ready.
Let's go.
All right. Went to Venice.
Went to Venice, one of the most beautiful cities in the world, I think.
Yeah.
Wait, there we go.
All right.
And looks like St. Peter's Basilica.
All
All right. So here's just my first thoughts. You went to one of the most beautiful cities.
This is going to be the same comment I would make.
On Earth, and you got a guy sitting there looking at his phone.
Yeah. Like disengaged.
He's looking at his phone. You know how hard it is to get a picture, Eric, of somebody looking at their phone? Everyone is looking at their phone. All right. I don't know what you're thinking here. You got lines coming off the boat. Now, I like the you can see the water. I like the boat okay. I don't like the motor in the back, and I'm not crazy about the lines, but it's
I think maybe they like the lines because of it kind of breaking the frame, but it doesn't really work.
No, it's not working.
I'm just trying to think like
one of the most amazing structures I've ever seen in my entire life, hands down, is St. Peter's Basilica in the Vatican. It is amazing. This photo, it's okay.
Yeah, and again, because I saw this photo, I thought maybe the second one they were doing the same thing where they're trying to break the frame with something.
Yeah, they're breaking the frame, all right.
It's not working. Whatever you're doing is not working.
So here's the thing: you went to one of the most amazing cities, and then this is in Rome. This would be in Rome, right?
2 amazing cities.
2 amazing cities, Rome, and I don't know. This could be anywhere. This could be along the Italian coast or something. I mean, that's probably not Venice.
They're not technically bad photos.
They're not technically bad, but they're not
sharp or over or under.
Eric has a very good word to describe these type of photos.
Yeah, they're nothing burgers.
They're nothing burgers. You went to Venice and this is what you got? Come on. The city of romance, and you got a guy on his phone. I don't know what to tell you. Go to 500px, type in Venice, and see how many pictures you see of a guy on their phone. None.
Yeah, it's just a nothing burger.
They're complete nothing burgers in
that
amazing
middle one,
cities.
I mean, you could clean up the middle one, maybe make it, but again, it's just a boat and clear water.
Let's say that you did. You got rid of the road. It's bad light, middle of the day. It's a harsh looking photo. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you could make that a little better with post.
You could, you could make it. Yeah, you could absolutely in post make this thing 20% better. So it goes from being a crap photo to being okay.
Okay,
you could shrug your shoulders. Okay photo. You can make it a shrug your shoulders, but these are they're not.
That and that last one you're right. I mean, it's just the basilica. It's
God. I see pictures from the basilica all the time where I'm like, wow. And
you had the light beam coming in. I think you saw the light beam.
And you're all about that beam.
Yeah, but it's not even positioned in the right spot.
It's a half a beam.
It's like
so your thing
isn't something, but it's not coming through.
Okay, so Eric, I'm going to ask you a series of questions about this person's stuff. Do they need a new camera?
No, absolutely
not. Do they need a new lens?
No.
Did they need a tripod?
No.
Is their exposure way off?
No.
Is the sharpness bad?
No, not at all.
What is it? It's a lack of vision and composition.
It's the composition. It's the framing. It's the story.
Yes.
It's all the stuff that makes a photo.
You're in a great place, and you took bad photos. You gotta.
Yeah, because all those could be shot with an iPhone.
Yeah,
all those could be shot with a DSLR, a mirrorless. It doesn't matter.
But it doesn't matter.
Technically, they're totally fine.
Yeah,
it's not a technical thing.
No, this is
a vision thing. It's a composition thing.
I don't understand what I'm supposed to be doing. So, here's what I would recommend to you to take better photos. You need to go look at photos of Venice. Before you go to Venice, you need to engulf yourself in other people's photos, not so you can steal their photos, so you can see where the bar is, so you can see, oh, this is the kind of photos I want. You would see thousands of photos of the basilica, and you would have an idea when you get there, I want a big wide shot, or I want to go really tight, or you would have some kind of compositional idea. So, and you would also realize, I don't see any pictures of some dude on his phone.
And I would also say, if you want a cheat sheet, this is why Kelby 1 exists, because you could go watch. Scott has a class on how to shoot in Rome, and also one in Venice.
I did where to shoot in Rome, where to shoot in Venice. We also have composition classes shot in Venice.
This is what it's all about.
Madani.
Yeah.
It's like we have classes for you.
That's what Kelby 1 is all about, is to get you that cheat sheet. That's why if you really look at Kelby 1, what's interesting is people will say, A lot of times they'll be like, well, why aren't there more like technical getting into the menu system? It's like, because that really isn't the important thing in photography.
Yeah, that's not
we have
people's
so
problem.
many composition classes, so many lighting classes, so many, you know, those classes that dig into, and that's what with travel, it's more about the composition than it is about the technical.
Hey, I want to announce something that we're doing differently today with the blind critiques. At the very end of the show, I'm going to try something different we've never done before. I have a folder full of images just called nods. These are images that people submitted for the grid, and they're just so good, all you can do is open them up and go, keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, so we've kind of removed those from the normal images, or the everyday
Now,
images.
you'll still see some good images here, but these are just so good, there's nothing for us to say.
Yeah, we would open them up and be like,
we're just
whatever,
go,
yeah, okay,
there you go.
You're good.
All right.
What am I going to tell you?
Next image.
Keep on doing what you're doing.
Let's take a look. Here we go. We got a pano here.
Yeah. 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 All right. So it's the right time of day.
You know what it is? Here's what it is.
But
I can tell you what happened right here, Eric.
It's a street. Like it's.
I know.
Just
It's an ugly street.
ugly street.
Here's what it is. All the photographer sees
The sky.
is the sky.
It's the sky.
Yep, it was an interesting sky that day.
And actually, you know what I would have done? I would have drove past the tree, down the street,
Yes.
found an open field,
Yes.
and shot sky replacements all afternoon there.
Yeah, it's a beautiful sky.
But not that.
Ugly dead tree, cars. It's not a beautiful neighborhood. It's just there's
Well, it's just busy neighborhood.
It's
It's
a
like
busy-
busy and
Yeah.
it's just there's no.
It's not charming.
And then where am I going to look? What am I looking at? The
I don't
Corolla?
know.
Am I looking at the
It's
Corolla?
the Corolla or the dead tree.
Or the dead tree?
I don't know.
Like that's
It's
what
bad.
I got. I got the Corolla or the dead tree.
I'm not sure what I'm looking at.
That's just. Again, it's the clouds that what I think
Yeah, I
what you're
think
drawn to
you're
is the clouds.
you're
But
seeing
then
the
you got
sky.
a busy marina, a random building, and a random boardwalk.
I'm not sure where because the leading
what's the
line.
subject?
The leading line is
Leads
taking me to
to-
the far right.
Well, the leading line takes you to that tree that's cut off the
ugly
frame.
tree that's cut off. Yeah. So and this has no sky. So we have sky, and then you've got
Well, they saw the bird up there, which
Right.
bird's so small that it's just nothing in
but
the
it's
frame.
a warped panorama. So
Yeah.
the panorama itself is bent. I mean, look at the building across the way, and you can see things are kind of bent. Now,
Well, what's the subject? What's the
I
subject?
don't have any
That's,
idea.
That's. I'll go to all of them. That's the problem. There's no subject in
Yeah.
any of the photos.
Yeah.
The only thing you could say is the other two. It's the clouds. Like that's the.
Yeah, you could at least say here
that the
you
clouds
had
were
an
what
interesting
you.
sky here
Where,
and
where I
here.
think that's what you're going for, but clouds should be the bonus
Yeah.
to an awesome photo.
They're the background that makes your
That's Milky Way is the same way.
Yeah.
Like people struggle with that with the Milky Way.
They need something in the
Clouds
foreground.
are just the gravy.
Yowzer. All right, we're gonna look at one more and then we'll take a short pause. Why are my images out of order here? Hold on. Let's just there we go.
Oh, the thumbnails look decent.
Yeah. All right. I didn't wear my shirt this week, but it should say, "Fix your dang white balance." Why is the water green? Is
The
it
white balance
polluted?
is off.
Is it polluted?
No, it's a white balance.
The white balance is off. Yes, the white balance is way off. The water is green. Come on, you know it's not supposed to be green. So take it towards yellow and then add some magenta in. Those rocks should look brown. They shouldn't look green.
Yeah.
That's still a little green. Maybe something in there. Look how green that
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Seriously, come
Yeah,
on.
It's greenish blue. It just has that greenish blue, and that is just a white balance issue.
Yeah, it's totally a white balance issue. And so that was the first thing I noticed when I'm
No,
like,
the white
why?
balance could be affected by you might have had an ND filter on because you were at 1 second, but that's where you got to correct it in post if you have that on.
I don't know. All right.
But the white balance is off.
Yeah, the white balance is off. All right. This one is I would put it in the category of it's not bad.
It's intriguing. It's interesting.
It's
I mean,
all
there's no compositional element leading you through the frame, Maybe the V. Maybe the V.
Yeah, but it's...
And maybe that road, but...
It's okay. It's all right. It's
interesting.
It's probably the best image we've seen so far.
It's the best of the three. That has layers.
It's
got
okay.
that, but it's not really like, meh.
I mean, here's the thing. We're trying to make images that make people go, ooh, or wow, or something. This does not seem like a wow image. It's not bad. This isn't bad. This is not good.
I mean, I kind of put the last one and the middle one in those. Those are the filler images around the epic images you shoot on vacation or something, you know.
Yeah.
And if you're laying out a photo book, you need those shots.
But you know what? You can do something that would make this a whole lot better. And it's white balance, but not accurate white balance.
Yeah, creative.
Artistic white balance. Like, for example, you could go way blue it and the whole thing looks completely different. Let's do it side by side. You know, if I had opened up the one on the right, I'd been like, hey, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Or
you could even go the other way.
You could go the other way. And then I would bring in a little.
Yeah, you got to bring in some magenta. But there you go.
You could go the other way, but then
sunset.
I would go and lower the exposure, add some contrast, and maybe raise the whites a bit. But either way, one of those.
But look at all the sliders you moved around, and you adjusted the exposure down. But look at the image; doesn't look exposure-wise much different.
No, the exposure is very
That's
similar.
That's why white balance is so important, because the white balance shifts so much.
Yep. Yeah. So we pull the highlights back a little so it's more like the other photo. But anyway, there's a lot that could be done. I think I would definitely go with, after looking at them, I would go with the blue. Or you're getting a little bit purpley there, and there we go. And now you don't need as much contrast
exactly.
or anyway, but you get the idea. But so this is okay. This is okay. All right. It's okay. Again, what I would say to you is, if you want to take more interesting landscapes, go to more interesting landscapes. Now, you shot that mountain range, the one in the middle, the middle of the day, 1 o'clock, 10:30.
Well, that looked a little bit more like halfway in the afternoon. It had some
3 o'clock.
Yeah.
You know when you should have shot it? 7:15. You should have shot it right around sunset or just after sunset.
Just after or just before sunrise.
You were hours away from the right time.
It's the best.
All right. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we've got some shout outs, people saying hi from all over, and we've got some more images to look at. We actually have some good ones, and we have more of what we've seen already. And we are seeing some... I think we need to critique the jib.
Yeah.
It's very slow.
Think what happens is he's trying to go out, and then you start talking, and then you can tell he's like, wait a minute, maybe I shouldn't go out. Yeah. And now he's like, but now it's like really slow going up.
Typical inexperienced jib operator issue, clearly.
And now we're like coming down.
And he was doing so good a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I know.
I think when he misses a week, he kind of messes
That's what it is.
Up. Yeah.
This class is a photographer's guide to Budapest. Now, I've learned a lot from my friend Scott about photography, location shoots, all kinds of stuff like that. Great restaurants, right?
Yes.
This is a fun class.
Oh, we're going to go to 17 different locations. If you're thinking of going to Hungary, and it is a wonderful, super photogenic, very, very fun city, and you want to come back with amazing pictures, 17 places, Larry. I'm going to take you to 17 locations. I'm going to say, here's where to shoot. Here's what the shot looks like. I got some behind the scene photos. I've got maps to show you where to stand, where I took the picture, different angles. I'm going to give you insider tips. I'm even going to tell you where to eat. I got some good recommendations for restaurants because it's a foodie town. Woo, there's some good stuff there. And you know what else? Hungary is very inexpensive. As a country, it's one of the least expensive places that you can travel to. You're going to be shocked at how little things cost. once you're there, and you're going to have a great time. And I'm going to make sure of it. I'm going to put you in the perfect spot to come back with killer shots that are make your friends so jealous that you probably won't be friends anymore. That's where it's going. All right, where do you find this class? It's exclusively at kelby1.com.
This segment of The Grid is brought to you by Canon.
Hey, we're back, Scott, and
Trying something new.
I don't know what to say. Even the framing that we have here is like off. Like we're Eric and I are over to one side.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay.
We're just critiquing
Really,
right now.
We're,
This is
we're just
critique
critiquing
show,
everything
so.
now.
Well,
All right.
speaking of,
we got some shout-outs.
Yeah, we've got Mary Gavin saying hello from Tucson. Carla Ferris saying hello from Independence, Missouri. We got Patricia Mann saying hi from Colorado. We got the best Albany photographer I know,
Yes.
Mike Buckman, saying hi.
Mike Buckman.
Yep. And Larry H. saying greetings from Nebraska. And actually, Mike is a great photographer.
Mike is a great photographer. He's got a really creative eye.
Very good. Like, he's one that, like, he's more about the composition than he's about the other stuff.
Yep.
And that's what it shows, right? Raymond Larson is saying hi from Pierre, South Dakota. Sharon B. saying, unless you're a target, doesn't matter. I guess maybe saying if you haven't turned in an image, maybe it doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then Lisa V saying, happy grid day, all. Richard O'Keefe saying hi from London.
Ricardo.
Yep.
Richard.
Klaus saying hi from Germany. We've got Philip saying hi from Newport News, Virginia. Doug saying hi from Colorado. Tim saying, the grid is my favorite hour of the week. Greetings from hot and sweaty Atlanta, Georgia. Well, it's our favorite hour of the week, too, so we like that, Tim.
Because we're inside air conditioning.
Yep, we're inside air conditioned in Florida. And then Tony saying hi from Duluth. Karen saying hi from Minnesota.
Let's go.
And then Jeffrey saying hi from Nashville.
Hey, Jeff.
Yep. And then Alan saying hi from Iowa. So we got people joining us all over the place.
All right. Let's look at some more images.
All right.
These are good.
All right.
We needed some. We needed
Let's
some
see
good
'em.
ones to come in. All right, let's start
Ooh.
here.
All right.
I think
like
this is
it.
adorable.
Cute.
Adorable image. Well executed. Great
5.
There's a little post we can fix, but
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
talk about that in a minute.
That's not bad.
This one, the
it's-
bottom half, the bottom 2/3 is very good.
It's screaming sky replacement because it's such a stark. There's no haze on the horizon.
Yeah.
There's no nothing. There's no transition point.
There needs to be a little haze there.
Yeah, there has that's the dead giveaway when there's
Yeah.
especially with those type of shots. Like that's a
Yeah.
Grand Canyon. Like
Because
there's
you
a
can see way
boom.
back here, there's haze.
Yeah, and then just nothing.
And
It
then
just
boom, no
clear.
haze. Yeah. So, and then I'll leave this to
That's
Mr. K.
interesting too. I mean, it looks like it could be. Looks like it could be a composite, but hey, if it was, they did a great job at it. You can do this though. I've shot lighthouses before, and you
too
can get the
bright.
Milky Way with a lighthouse because it spins around, but you do get those rays with it. It does feel a little bit, yeah, like you're saying, like there. It feels like a stop.
All right.
I don't know if I would go a stop and quarter, but it's
No.
like a stop overexposed.
I just went a quarter. Hey, but do you
Overexposed.
see how the whites like bring out the brilliance and controls the lights.
Yep.
All right, so I'm not doing this. I'm not an expert at Milky Way
And then
stuff.
the other thing is, I feel like it's actually too warm. So the night always feels like it has to be cool.
I know.
me.
I like it cool, a little cooler.
Like, I want to go a little cooler, and then then we could pull some of that. Yeah, I feel like that is more like we want to.
Yeah.
Be a little cooler.
Do you want to pull some highlights, or what do you want?
Well, no. I mean, we could do on the sky. We could do that. We could just go to the sky.
Let's go to the sky.
Maybe we cool down the sky even a little bit more.
All right.
See,
okay.
now this is where it's going to have a problem with that.
Okay.
Right?
Well, that's okay. Here's what we're going to
do that.
We're gonna delete that mask. Hold on.
Yep.
What we're gonna do is we're going to go. We're just gonna do a linear gradient,
Yeah, that'll be good.
and then we'll make that
Just a little bluer.
a little bluer.
And then maybe take right about there, and then take some texture out of the sky. You don't want to see too many stars when you're trying to focus on the Milky Way. So go to effects, take some texture out of it, and then put some clarity into it. Right? You see how it kind of lights up that Milky Way core? And you can even take out a little bit more texture. I mean, by taking out texture, it's what I used to do in Photoshop years ago. You actually want to remove stars when you want the Milky Way core to really pop.
That's some poppin' Milky Way core.
There you go. But yeah, you see like over there, it's kind of like blown out a little too bright.
Yeah, it's too
and
bright.
it's too warm for the night. And then you move over to the right, and it feels more balanced.
Yeah.
It actually cooled down that building in the background too. That's kind of was screaming, taking my eye away from the lighthouse.
Yeah, that was a pretty easy fix. I think it looks pretty good.
But I will say that these are the best images we've definitely seen today.
Yay, you.
Composition.
Thank you for saving us.
Like even the composition, like everything's good. The first one just has a little glow around the
let me go
umbrellas.
fix that. Let me go fix that.
That could be
there is a white glow.
fixed.
If you look at the umbrellas, there is a white glow around all of them, and especially this one. All right, here's how you fix it real quick. You're going to go to Photoshop. You're going to get the clone stamp tool. Been in Photoshop for 30 years. You're going to change the blend mode to darken. That's the secret.
That's the secret.
Changing the blend mode up here in the options bar to darken.
And I would say everybody that asks me after, how do you do that? That's what they forget. Right there.
Over
the darken.
here. And they just go in here and it gets rid of the glow. But you notice I'm painting over the umbrella, but it does not affect the umbrella. Because when you switch to darken, it says only affect pixels that are lighter than where I option click if you're on a Mac or alt click if you're on Windows. And you can see the glows are gone. And you can do the same thing over here, and it will not affect the umbrellas. It will just affect the glow. However, that's not the problem. This is an easy fix, right? What's cool is you did such a cute job. I mean, it's really adorable.
Yeah,
all of their
I love
expressions, everything. They gotta love that photo. And you got a nice patina in the sky. It's just it's a nice shot.
I like it.
All right, we're gonna give you're getting nice.
And everything has a clearly defined subject.
Yes.
Where to look.
Yes.
All that leading lines.
All the stuff is there that we need so
the compositional
badly.
elements that we've been missing.
All right, let's take a look. We got St. Mark, a little St. Mark's Square there in Venice.
All right.
And kind of some nice leading lines and stuff. We got a little Santorini and some way too glowy moss. All right, so this one of the three, it doesn't have a real clear central focus, but more than that, I'm so distracted by the amount of glow that you add. A glow should be subtle.
That just needs some work.
Yeah,
and I think it needs to be mooted up.
All right,
like
but these need work too.
Yeah.
Let's go fix these. All right, here's what the problem with this one is. It's skewed. Do you see it? It's skewed to the left. Like, look at, here's where I want you to look. Here's where I want you to look. That thing is leaning over.
It's like the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
It's like Lumiere. Like this lighting thing is leaning to the left, and the whole tower is leaning to the left. And it looks like, this is in my opinion, that it has actually been stretched.
It does look
It looks stretched. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to duplicate the layer so you can see a before and after, and it makes it easier to do free transform. We're going to go to free transform, which is Command T on Mac or Control key on Windows. We're going to hold the Command key, which is a Mac thing. On Windows, you'd hold the Control key. And all we have to do, I think, is just skew it over to the right to get it straight. Like just that little bit.
That's it.
Kind of right there-ish. But then I would pull it out. I think maybe on, I don't know which side. We'll try this side. Whoops, hold on. You got to hold the shift key to pull it out. Just pull it out a little so it doesn't look like stretched. Like that looks
more proportional. Yeah.
So look at the difference. I'm going to just show you the before and after. See how it was kind of like...
Yeah, it's like leaning. Well, you can really see leaning. It in the pillars or the columns.
Yeah. So, but
that light pole, yeah.
It's nice. Now, I don't know if you erased the people in generative fill or you got up early in the morning. There seems like a lot of light there for there to be nobody there, but it's possible. I'm not sure I'm crazy about this little thing over here.
Yeah,
I think it would be cleaner.
Remove that.
I think it would be cleaner if you, let's just see real quick, because this isn't bringing a lot to your photo, I would say. I wouldn't say, wow, that's what's making it. Yeah, I'd say that's a lot cleaner.
Better.
All right, but still, it's also a tad overexposed. So let's just fix that. It's just and this is, Camera Raw is the same as Lightroom's develop module, same sliders and all that. I maybe bring it down just a hair. Just it's a little bit. Meh.
Yeah, and you got all that detail and color back with that.
Yeah, all right. But still good shots. This one, I think, too, just a little tweak. What I would do, let me make sure my brightness is correct here. I think I would darken it a bit because it's supposed to be like sunset-y. I would bring up the white so you see the lights more. But then I think here's what you're...
I might like color grade it or something, yeah.
Well, yeah, but here's what I think we're going to do. I'm going to go to the masking brush. So the masking tool and brush, and then I'm going to go in here and brighten these areas that are a little dark.
Yeah.
I might need to open up the shadows. And because there's just these little spots in here that are kind of too dark. It's not your fault, right? They haven't turned their lights on yet. You were shooting a little too early. Give them a chance to get some lights on. And I would just kind of go through here and just add a little light. Just kind of round it out. But color-wise, I don't think we're too bad. You could go, let me see if you go a little more orangey. And I think maybe still a little, pull back the highlights a little. This is not a big change from the original. I'm going to show you the original. It's not going to look very different. But I think it's just a little, yeah, it's a little. The other side, it looks too bright. Like for the lights, why would the lights be on?
Talking about with even the Venice image, it's too overexposed. It's just exposed a little hot.
Add a little vibrance.
A little hot.
All right. Anyway, but just that's a little tweak. But still, these pictures are great. You did a great job. I'm happy with you. I'm happy for you. I don't know what happened here. You went a little crazy with the glow. That's okay. But I have high hopes for you because your other two images are quite good. All right. Next. Oh, no, these are all nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, this one is nicely composed. I love the little water drop on the left, and the reflection's nice. The colors look, I think this one's a little too crunchy. This is on the verge of a little HDR-ish looking.
Yeah,
and that look is way, way gone.
But it's only like 15%.
15 or 20%.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a
if
little.
We pull it back just a little.
I would just go back to the original RAW file and just reprocess it. And you got glows in the trees. You can get rid of those glows using the technique we just saw. All right. This one's quite nice. I like the angle. Now, the house is a little funky. What you might do is just go to the transform panel in Lightroom and then hit the auto button and see if that... I didn't really do a whole lot. Let me rotate it a little bit.
I'm just wondering if you weren't like a couple feet over and could get around that bush.
Yeah, that bush isn't really...
Just open up the front door
just
a little bit.
That's kind of
minor. It adds something.
Yeah, it does. So let me just see where we were. Oh, that was the unprocessed photo. Maybe he did a HDR. You're seeing a... But that's...
Still, it's a great.
I like it. It's an
nicely
interesting.
composed.
Yeah, it's very nicely composed. It's you got
clear subject.
Yeah, lots of good stuff happening
Who
there.
wouldn't want to be there?
And then this one I'm going to leave to
Yeah,
Mr. K.
but it's great too. I think like the last one, it's a little too much. I think it's about a half stop, maybe.
Too bright?
Over. Yeah. Because
right.
it's supposed to be a night image, right? And when you get too bright, we might be starting. I think that's
a quarter stop.
Quarter stop.
Because they had actually increased it. It was in the file.
Okay, so then.
All right. You want to add a little blue in?
Then let's add a little bit, right?
Tell me when.
But right about there. And then let's just go do that thing where we're going to bring out some
lower the
stuff.
texture.
No, just do it in the sky.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, because we really want to do it in the sky, right?
I know. Wasn't thinking. Sorry.
Yeah. So let's go in the sky and do that same thing. Let's try to blue up the sky a little bit more. There we go. And then maybe pull away from that green tint that's kind of getting in the sky, right? And then just go to that texture, negative the texture. That's going to take away stars, but it's going to bring out the Milky Way when you increase that clarity, right?
How's that?
Yeah, and then you could even dehaze if you wanted to go even crazier with it. You could dehaze it just a little bit, and it kind of takes out some of the light pollution, but do not like 10,
all right,
maybe.
Do you want
not like half that amount of dehaze?
Okay, that's 20.
Yeah,
you
go
want
like 10.
All right.
Right. The other thing though is you see that strong vignette on the side? I think that's in the lens.
Over here, yeah.
I don't know if we should take that out or crop that out.
Let's go and look at the optics. Let's do a profile correction. I don't know what lens they use. Let's see if we can figure out. It was a 14 by 30. Who makes a 14 to 30?
14 to 30?
Well, we can try. Is it Canon? That's not a Canon. How about a Nikon?
Sigma?
Well, it's not helping the vignetting either way, so we might have to get rid of that. What do you think about the foreground?
The foreground's okay, but now I kind of want to open up some of those shadows that we took out in the trees.
Yeah, let's go to light and go to shadows.
Yeah, right about there.
Yeah, there you go.
Just a little bit.
All right, look a little.
That's it. Like you just need a. Yeah, you just see how like over on the other side,
green.
It looks like a Milky Way. It looks like a stars, and it just was a little bit over, not much.
Yeah, but still pretty nice.
I like it. I like the composition too. How you have the Milky Way coming through at that angle.
Sorry, I just don't know what that happened there. There we go. Yeah, very nice. All right, good job. We needed some good ones today.
Yeah.
These are some good ones.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's nice. Nicely lit. But I just noticed something. Let me just see.
Yeah.
Wait. I got something. This was just a little overlit, but we can fix that. That one's a little overlit too. Like this one's very well lit. Like her face isn't overlit. Yeah. He's a little bright. The whole scene is bright. Yeah. And this one is, I'm looking at the wrong monitor. On my monitor, it's still a little bright.
Yeah, that's why I have to look at yours.
And his is a little flashy. However,
it's close enough.
No, but I'm going to point out something. Ready? Are you ready?
Yeah.
All three of them have the same pose, the same facial position. Look at all three of them. Look at her. Look at her face.
Yeah.
Look at his face. Look at his face.
That's true. Yeah.
They're all like the head pose is the exact same in each one of them. Now, their hands are in different spots. But look at her chin and her right? She's looking at you from there. He's looking at you from there. He's looking at you from there. That's not a bad thing. I just think it's kind of cute. All right. Let's fix these one by one. This is nothing to do there. That's really well done. All right, here, I just think it's just flashy. It looks flashy. So I would just bring the highlights down a little bit and lower this. And the background behind him, I think, because it's supposed to be dark, right? I think I would go here and hit background and just see if
knock it down a little bit.
Knock it down a little bit.
Yeah.
And then maybe even just throw a little vignette at the end, a slight vignette, not a big one. Just go in here and put a little bit on the edges out there. So you can see the side by side.
Yeah, and that just took I used a flash away from it.
Yeah,
Like,
because
I don't-
you had
it doesn't
a lot
say-
of flash.
It doesn't say I used a flash now.
Right. Yeah, you don't really want to know that you used a flash, right? The idea is that it looks like just there was natural light in the room and all that.
I think
but I like
the
him.
last one suffers from this almost the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
But I like him, and I like the colors and the outfit and where you posed him, and there's a lot of good stuff going on here.
Oh, yeah.
So don't take that too, And this one just is too flashy. That's it. I like him as a character, but I first off definitely add the vignette.
The only thing is there's an unfortunate leaf placement on the left or
Right
right
there.
cheek. Yeah, that's
Yep.
an unfortunate leaf placement.
Unfortunate. We call that the unfortunate leaf placement. Let's pull the highlights back a little, and let's warm him up a little bit. Just, people look better warmer. Maybe a little bit of both magenta and yellow. And, I mean, we didn't do a lot to this one, but see how it looks so flashy on the left?
Yeah,
right?
you could maybe even take some of the hotness off his hands and his shoulder.
Yeah. Yeah.
By doing a mask.
It's not so bad.
It's not so bad.
It's bad over here.
Yeah.
But it's not
not
quite
so bad.
as bad. And if you really wanted to do what
small.
Eric's talking about,
Small.
you could just go here, do a linear gradient, and darken from like here-ish, and just pull it down a little bit, just a little bit. Yeah, just a little, just a wee bit, like that, just to kind
And
of.
then if it was me,
have some fall
I
off.
try to get that unfortunate leaf off the face.
Yeah, and that would work with the unfortunately. But overall, these are really good. Here's one thing that I want to say about the photographer. They're doing stuff to make it happen. They're using the outfits. They've got good poses. They're lighting them and all. Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. You're doing like the 5-10% tweaks that you do it every.
this is
We
good,
do it
though.
every photo.
Yeah, this is good. I'm pleased.
Actually, a lot of times, if we're being honest, that's how the raw file looks. Like, we have problems with the lighting that we're like, oh, I could fix that in post in like 2 seconds.
Right. All right, let's take a look at these three, because I have an interesting comment. Sometimes you can look at the thumbnails and see. All right, these are all very well done. This one maybe is a little too bright. It's minor, but here's what it is. You nailed these, but these look like projects you did with a photo club. These look like your club said, this week we're going to do the water splashes. And this week we're going to do the still life with the shoes and a little bit of light. And then next week we're going to do a still life and all. And these aren't bad. They all look okay. I mean, you nailed them all. But I think it's time for you to take what you're doing here and do things that are that don't look like photo group projects. These look like your local photo club. And that sounds bad. But what I'm saying is these are exercises. These look like practice exercises.
They look like practice exercises.
You nailed them. You've got the practice. It's time now. This one, I think, there's a couple things you could do. I think it's a little bright, so that's easy. You could fix that. I think that makes it more interesting. Bring up the whites a little bit, and maybe just add a vignette. Those three little things. Just what the heck is effects? Just this would help it a little bit. But either way, you're nailing it. Take those things and apply it to some things that don't look like that. But that's pretty good.
Yeah, because once you took the heat off, it was nice.
We gotta take us a break. Now remember, at the end of today, we're going to be looking at a number. I think 8 images, 8 people's submissions that they're just good, and there's really nothing to say. Just like
we're just going to say, keep on doing that.
Just keep on doing that. So we'll look at those. That's the first time we'll see, and you guys let us know what you think about it. All right. We're going to look at some more when we get back. Stick around. We're live here on the grid. It's Wednesday afternoon. Dobson's on the jib. Anything could happen.
Let's see how this goes. It's going. It's going.
Oh.
It's going.
Oh, he's reading.
All right, when you come back from your trip, you want to have amazing pictures, right? You want to come back and have your friends go, where did you take this? Where did this come from? You want pictures that are going to wow people. and I'm going to show you how to do that. In my brand new course called How to Take Travel Photos Like a Pro, we're going to go to the beautiful island of Santorini, Greece, where I'm going to take you through all of the techniques you need to know, what camera gear to take, what to leave at home, what the settings should be. I'm going to give you all of my favorite tricks. We're going to go all over the island. You're going to learn all kinds of stuff, and it's not just about shooting in Santorini. It doesn't matter where you're going. You're going to take these same techniques, you're going to apply them to your travel photography, and you're going to get the best travel photos you've ever gotten. So where does this amazing class happen? It's exclusively at kelby1.com.
This segment of The Grid is brought to you by Platypod, the world's most compact tripod base.
We're back. Smooth, yes.
Yes,
Nice, yes. All right.
All right.
You notice they got him out of it before
Yes.
in case anything happened, he was
Jason
doing
saved
so
him.
good. Jason saved you. All right. So we're going to look at another set of images here. Hey, while we're having this pause there, you saw that class about Santorini, right?
Yeah.
So this last week, we released a class that I did called Where to Shoot in Budapest.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a class coming up called Where to Shoot in Santorini. So the class that you just saw the trailer for was actually for how to shoot travel like a pro.
Yeah.
So that was, I took those things that you learn in that class you would apply to wherever you're going. I just happened to shoot it in Santorini because I was there. But the other class is actually where to shoot, where I tell you. So like I have a PDF that you download with that class, with the Budapest, and it has all the locations, every single location. I talk about, see all the places? And then there is a PDF right there. So there it is, course download. Course download, that's not a really great name for that, is it? Course download?
Yeah, it's a course download.
I know it is, but that's a technical term. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
But
We'll work on that.
But anyway, we have a ton of these. I've done cities all over the world. I've done London. I've done Paris. I've done Chicago. I've done New York. I've done wherever. If you travel and you want to know some great locations and some insider tips, I give you all kinds of insights and stuff. We have tons of these. Now, you can go watch any one of them for $29, right? You can just buy the class. It's $29. But you can also just join Kelby One. It's what, 57 cents a day, something like that? It's in the mid 50 cents a day, and you can watch every class, tons of, look at that, using your iPhone for travel, using your iPhone as your second photo. And we've got all kinds of classes. Just if you're into travel or landscape or portraits or weddings or
cents.
whatever, 54 cents. 54 cents a day. I imagine that your photography, if you're watching this show, it's important enough to you that 54 cents a day. Now, remember they used to say 50 cents could buy a cup of coffee? Now, 54 cents won't even buy you the empty cup that coffee goes in. But you could be a Kelby One member. Go to kelby1.com, join today, and you will avoid a lot of the mistakes that we have seen today.
Yes, and
however,
I will say, tons of the classes on composition.
A lot of composition and post-processing, tons and tons of Lightroom and Photoshop. Because ridiculous amounts of it.
Those are the things. Those are the things.
All right, now let's look. I want to see some good images. Here's one. I love this first one. Oh, I love this shot. Look at that. All right, whoever the photographer is that took this, listen to me. I need you to listen to me. This is the kind of shot that wins competitions. If you're not entering this in competition, you are missing out. This is a competition image. Yeah. It's so clean. The composition is so great. You used an infrared camera.
It's a great use of infrared.
Now, it's possible that you're using some kind of a
filter.
I'm thinking it looks like. Well, when you see the other two images, you're going to see this looks like real infrared.
Yeah.
It could be a filter. It absolutely could be.
I
like this one a lot.
Feel like they're just a little hot.
Like this one's just too bright.
Yeah.
But it's I like it.
Down.
I love the color of the trees and the sky and all that.
Yeah, that's all it needs right there.
Yeah, just right there.
Just right there.
And you'll see what I mean by it was a little too hot.
Yeah, it's just screaming at you.
It was just screaming. But I love that you're doing infrared.
The first one is that the first one was like balanced.
And by the way, we have classes on infrared.
Yeah.
We have Deb Sandich, right? Deb doing infrared, and she's really, really great at it. She's phenomenal at it. And she's got all kinds of insights and stuff, and she's terrific. Anyway, they're all really good, and I love that you're doing infrared. I love that you're getting out there. And
there you go. You got.
Yeah, there's right there. There's 3 different infrared classes right there.
Yeah.
There you go.
And
all
you
right.
can go into how to convert your camera to infrared. There's different methods to do it, and it's not as hard as you would think.
It's not. Well, we better pick up the pace here, because. All right, here we go. Uh-oh. That's exactly what I was thinking. All right. I think your biggest problem here is lighting. Everything is shot in very harsh lighting, and your images look harsh. And what's bad is you're doing a lot of things right. Like you're getting down low, and the background's out of focus, and it's like sharp and it's crisp. But you were shooting at the wrong time of day. You're just the light is just getting blasted. And this one, I think you could crop in quite a bit and get a better shot. But really, this is mostly a time of day thing. This is easy fix. Shoot when the light is nice, not when the light is harsh and nasty in the middle of the day.
I think that's the only thing I would change.
Yeah.
Do the same thing, just at better times of day.
Yes, at better times of day. All right, let's take a look here. All right, so here's what I'm thinking. Love this shot. Absolutely love it. The way you blew out the background, and she's got the light blowing around her, and she's, trying on her ring, or I don't know what she's doing with the ring, but it's just really lovely, and it's subtle, and it's beautiful, and I like the action that you ran on it for the skin tone and the look. Yeah. Like it's got a look applied to it. This is lovely, just lovely. This is real. I hate the microphone.
Oh, man.
So I don't know what you can do to minimize the microphone. It looks uncomfortable.
That should be outlawed.
Yeah,
that should be outlawed.
Yeah, and he probably just said, like, do you take this guy? And she probably said, do I have to? No. No, it's with this mic, ID Amplify.
That's what it looks like.
But this is
what the image says. With this mic, ID
Amplify. But here's what I think you can do. Honestly, hear me out. You need to take the color of the Bible, or I'm guessing that's what he's reading out, that green, and put it over this whole thing. Because everything has a green tone. You obviously have applied, I'm going to say, a split tone effect, a color tone, a preset of some sort. And everything has, look at your shadows. Your shadows are green.
Yeah.
Its jacket wasn't that color, but it's okay. This is a good look.
And we're not knocking that. We like
No,
that.
it looks good. You did the right
just
thing.
the mic then
but the
screams
mic
out. It,
really
like,
jumps out. So let's see. What could we do?
It looks like the mic is like put in there and amplified.
Yeah, let's try this. I don't know if any of this is going to work, by the way, but I got to do something to fix
that's
this.
That's unfortunate because that's all you see in that image.
All right.
It's a beautiful image.
I'm going to get the object selection tool, and we're going to put a selection just around the mic and just see if it gets the mic. Man, that's a great tool. It I don't know if you can see it, but it's selected exactly just the mic. Now, I'm going to add a new layer on top, and we're going to go get the eyedropper tool. We're going to steal that green. And I'm going to fill the mic with that green by pressing Option Delete. And then we're going to find a blend mode, or we're going to lower the opacity a little to where the mic...
You're just tinting it with that
green.
we're
just tinting it with that green. And then I think while it's selected here, I just want to lower the contrast of just that. So it's still selected. I'm going to camera raw, and we're going to just lower the contrast. I don't want you to see the mic as much. I'm just trying to minimize the mic. And that's a little better. It's not great.
It's so unfortunate.
I'm almost tempted to do this. Here we go.
You could draw a box around it, do generative fill, and put something else.
That's exactly what I was going to do. I would be okay if if it was just his hand. Now, sometimes if you type remove, if you have a problem, I don't know if you know this, I learned this from a friend, that if you type the word remove, because it might want to put a bouquet there or who knows what, but sometimes putting the word remove will help it not do that. Yeah, it put something there, what, cigarette?
Yeah, cigarette.
I would think it's time to regenerate again. Hit generate again, and let's hope we have better. But that microphone it's not your fault.
Is that a piece of sushi?
It's a piece of sushi. He's offering, would you like sushi? Instead of this guy, how would sushi work in its place? Oh, that one's close. It's not
close.
It's not good.
It added some finger.
But anyway, the microphone we know is bad. There's nothing you can do about that. Now, that brings us, we got to close this one. That
was just unfortunate.
That brings us to this one. This is just it's not a good shot. Unfortunately, it's backlit. You applied I applaud you for doing the consistent look, right? You're applying a preset that gives it a consistent look. It's a lot of this is the quality of subject, right? It's the quality. It's not. This isn't so much a photographic thing. The framing is okay. There's a little more headroom than I would like to see. You might be able to. And this is just kind of. I'm trying to think what we can do.
Cropping on it
to kind of make. I think that's probably better. And then maybe you could.
Yeah, it took some of the awkwardness of the framing out of it.
Yeah, there was some awkwardness going on there. Why isn't my vignette moving? Take a little heat off there.
That's better.
I think that's better.
I'd take that.
Yeah, that would be all right. Okay. But you're doing good. You're doing a good job, and you're doing the right thing with the presets.
That middle one was really nice.
The middle one was phenomenal. Yeah. Phenomenal. All right, moving on. Look at it. Nice. Bird on a stick. Delicious.
So, remember earlier when we were talking about the bug shots that were kind of like bright?
Yes.
You see how these are done on like a more overcast, softer light.
Soft light.
That's what you needed on those other ones.
This one, I think, though, you just need to crop it. You don't need all of this.
You mean you don't want to see all of that?
No, I don't want to see all of that. Just get in tight. That's what people want to see.
I agree.
They want to see stuff that they can't see with their naked eye.
Is there a little blue?
Is there a little blue? Yeah, the stick looks a little blue. Yeah, good catch. The stick looks a little blue. Let's go to color. Drag it towards yellow.
Yeah, there you go. Just a little bit.
Just a little.
A little blue.
A little blue.
Which I can tell, softer overcast light, it's always going to pull it a little blue.
Well, it shouldn't pull blue if you switch your cameras
cloudy
to cloudy or shade.
But a lot of people don't.
All right, but you can see it was a little blue. The white, part of the bird's decolletage. Come on. 5 points
Whatever
for
that
working
is.
a friend. Anyway, these are nice. You're doing a good job.
Yeah,
I could crop them a little closer. Same thing with this one.
Yeah.
I don't know if I need all of that stuff in there. I think, actually, instead of a square crop, you could go with a rectangular crop. Or you could even do square and just get a little tighter. Just, and maybe pull the highlights back on those leaves a little bit. Just
there you go.
Just minor stuff. You did a nice job.
Yeah, the last one's great.
And we were grateful to have your photos there. Trust me.
Yes.
All right. Control room. There you go. Every once in a while they take a nap. Okay, let's take a look. Well, that's rather nice. It's kind of subtle. She's out in the ferns.
Yep.
She's out in the ferns with her baby to be. Kind of nice, like a low contrast. Looks like a plug-in, a preset used. Uh-oh.
Flashy, flashy.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
All right, first. Way too much flash.
Oh, yeah.
Way too much.
The highlights down on the leg.
That's number one.
Ooh.
Yeah, way too much flash. Number two, you should have got down low. You want to make a more dynamic image, don't stand up and shoot down on your subject for this type of scene. Getting down low would have made the water much more interesting. But thirdly is, she looks angry. She looks like, please get this over with.
She does look like,
I do not want to be here.
What are you doing?
Why are you doing this? And the post-processing is not awesome at all. So this is just not a good shot. It's just bad. It's just bad. And the over flashing that's really, your flash was twice as bright as it should have been. All right.
You could fix some of that stuff.
You could fix some of that, but it's still
you could, a little tweak in camera and you would fix it.
All right, hold on.
Little tweak with the setting on your flax.
All right, so first let's hit auto, and we got to do something with that sky. Go to sky. Let's make the sky at least look decent. Let's lower the this, and let's bring up the this. Whoops, I'm trying to look around my mic to get to where it's at. And it needs to dehaze, actually, is I think what it needs there, because it's kind of hazy over there. All right, now, unfortunately, you have to kind of work this water now to look like it's more under that sky. But she's got all kinds of issues. Let's go here and go to select people. Let's go to, I think, just her whole body.
Well, you could just go overall to start there because we need to take it down.
Yeah, so we'll say create here and then pull back the highlights a bit, a lot. Pull back the exposure a little. The color's not really bad. Maybe it could be a little warmer because you're at sunset. There, maybe warm it up a little bit. But yowzer, this isn't great.
No.
What was I going to do? Oh, here's what I was going to do. This is our only hope. All right, sky's certainly better. Go to liquefy. Go to, what is it? Smile.
Crank it up.
It doesn't look very good, but I don't know. She didn't want to be there, and it shows. All right, lastly, this one is just its skin tone it's a bad skin tone. She looks kind of bluish and greenish. Now you could say, well, I put a plug-in on it, but it's not a plug-in that was flattering to your subject. Your subject still needs to look nice. Most people like to look nice. It's weird. It's a thing.
Pull some highlights back.
And let's pull some
Crazies.
Highlights. Yeah, your highlights are way back here. All this is kind of, I would fill all that stuff in. And having this stuff kind of bleed through is usually not happening. But I mean, that's 15 seconds of a fix here. So it just needs a little warming up. Her highlights, her skin was kind of blown out.
Yeah.
There's too much headroom above her head. Yeah, you gotta do a bit of work on your portrait stuff. And she's not giving you anything. It's very stiff. It's a very, very stiff looking pose. Right, look where her hand is. It's in an awkward
It looks
place.
uncomfortable.
It looks uncomfortable.
That one looks uncomfortable.
The
The
other
middle
one
looks
angry.
very uncomfortable. Almost
Yeah.
like I don't even know why you have me posing.
The
Now,
first
this
one has some hope.
This one is
This
good.
is all right. It's
Yeah.
like she's looking kind of, motherly.
Yeah,
And
that
her
makes
view
sense.
and
Like
it's all kind of,
everything makes sense in the posing.
I think maybe it's a little more of the forest than you need. I think we get the idea she's in the forest. I think I would probably pull it down a bit. You still get the foresty look, but the photo isn't about the forest.
Yeah.
The photo's about her, but
That
I
one
think
has good posing.
it
It
has good
fits the
everything.
mood.
Right.
All that stuff.
So I think you need some
The
work on your
potential's there.
general portraiture, but this gives me hope that you have this one. All right. We got to take one more break. We got a few more images to look at, not many. But let's take a real quick short break, and we're going to look at a couple more images. We're going to look at the other ones that are just let's go, and we're
We
going to
got
give away our
winners,
prizes.
yeah.
We got winners. So stick around. We're jibbing out.
Hi, I'm Richard Burnaby, and welcome to the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. I'm excited to show you some of my favorite places, including Cades Cove, Klingman's Dome, the Foothills Parkway, sunrises, sunsets, rivers, waterfalls, all my favorite places, how I shoot them, and some of my favorite techniques. So come join me on my latest Kelby 1 class.
I am a portrait and wedding photographer based in Valencia, Spain.
I do mainly commercial and editorial photography, and I retouch up to 100 photos a month.
We shoot almost every day for all kinds of clients, such as commercial, beauty, and fashion. And we retouch our work more often, like every other day.
I used to spend over 1 hour for one photo.
If we want professional results, we must remove skin blemishes, do micro dodge and burn, highlight eyes, whiten teeth, and even reduce wrinkles in clothes. And this can easily take me up to 2 hours of work for each photo.
So when I saw that there's a plugin for Photoshop that helps you retouch quicker, I was eager to get my hands on it.
I read many feedbacks about it, and I found a lot of positive reviews, which made me to consider buying my first plugin.
One of the challenges we have at the end of a session or wedding is to achieve an edition in our photograph that look natural. This is where retouch for me has become a game changer.
I love the feature that you can pick how much effect it has on your photo, and you can adjust it accordingly to your style.
I saved a lot of time and always end up having amazing result with my work.
I am extremely happy with the quality.
Now I am more efficient and have more time to spare with my family.
This segment of The Grid is brought to you by B&H Photo, the professional source since 1973.
Hey, we're back, Scott and Eric. We're looking at your images, and let's take a look at these right here. Well, I was going to show them to you first, and then we'll go fix. All right. So I like what they're doing. They're like, this is, again, I have respect for people who are trying to.
They're putting in the effort.
They're putting in the effort.
To
They're
do,
styling and makeup and the whole 9 yards and the lighting
That one looks
and
a little
everything.
too flashy there.
That one looks a little flashy, but I think we got a white balance issue here, and the knee is cropped a little too close. The bottle's cropped a little too close, and her skin looks kind of dead. Now, you could say to me, Scott, she's supposed to look dead.
Maybe that's the look you're going for.
Maybe that's but I'm going to fix that. And this one's just a little too flashy. But overall, I think you're doing pretty good. I think really, I like that you're going through the trouble. And the poses aren't bad, right? That's kind of interesting. The poses are all... Yeah, I think you got a lot of good stuff. Yeah. This is minor stuff. So I would go in here and just... You got a lot of blue because you're shooting in the shade, right? That doesn't generally... you're an auto white balance. I would just get rid of some of that blue. That would fix that part. I might have gone a little too far there. Let me put a little magenta in. But I think that would... You can just see the color difference here. Let's just look at that first. See how blue it was on the left? Like, unless they're supposed to look dead, it's generally not awesome. And then the other thing I would do is this. Let's just, I meant to open that in Photoshop, but I did not. That was another unfortunate incident. This still kept my settings. I'll hit open it. Why is it not opening?
Yeah, and the knee is just it's basically
cut on
the
edge. Because I had a thing open. All right. Yeah, I would just go in here with the crop tool, make sure this is set to generative expand, and just add a little bit right there.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Give it 12 segundos. There you go.
There you go.
Something like that. All right, the other ones, let's go back to those. This one, I would just, now again, you might be saying, Scott, I want to go, but I think most people don't want to look dead. So I'm thinking that she doesn't, but it might have been part of the look. So you still have a lot of blue in there and stuff, but not
I would
in her
even
skin.
say you could go and you could color balance it that way, and then if you wanted to grade it a certain way, that's where I would
get the skin tone looking good, and then add a grading.
I would get the skin tone and then add a grading if you want that.
Right. And then you could also open that image and then just pull it over a little here.
Because by getting the skin tone and the white balance right, you get more detail.
Yeah.
You just get more detail.
Yeah. All right, let's see what we got there. Yeah, see that little bit?
Yeah, that just adds that breathing room.
Yeah, a little breathing room. Okay, but I think you're doing a good job overall. Keep up the good work. Oh, this one. Oh, I just wanted to just pull back the, it looks flashy, so pull back the highlights a bit so it doesn't look so flashy. And then I might even open the shadows so you can see the bustier and the detail and the costume. You're going through all this trouble. Listen, and you can see I didn't do a lot, but see how flashy it looks on the left?
Yeah, it balanced it out.
Yeah, but I love the nails and the whole 9 yard. I mean, you got good styling going on there. All right, let me look at. We're just about getting to our nods here. This will be an easy one. Let's take a look.
I got a word for these.
Nothing burger?
Nothing burger.
Not like this is all right. You saw a sign. There's a street. And there's dirty water and some columns. Yeah, these are like kind of nothing. These are snapshots. I don't even know if they're I don't know what these are. I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking at. You're just documenting that you were there. I was walking down the street and there was a jazz club and there's its awning. And then I was walking down this street. And then I turned over here, and there was like a pond and some columns.
I'm trying to find something. I can't.
Yeah, there's nothing here. There's just nothing here.
I know you're going for the live jazz.
I don't know what you're going
for.
But
it's not working.
It's not working. All right, let's take a look. All right, here's what I would say. First off, this one is way too closely cropped on this side. Now you might tell me, oh, there was an altar boy there. I don't know why it's cropped so close, but it's not cropped very well, and her skin tone is a little. This one's really cute, and this one's really cute, and I think you're on to something. I don't think you're there yet, but I think you're getting there. I think you're actually you have some great potential in that. She's got a really good natural look. It doesn't look posed or awkward or weird. She looks really cute. Yeah. It's just a little tight, This one, it could use a little more air.
I think all of them are that.
They're all just a little tight.
Which is weird for us to say.
Yeah, because we like it really, you know, we like to get in, like, to show you things that you not normally see.
Detail.
But anyway, I think you're on the right path. I think you're, and look, the backlit and all, I think you're on the right, and very cute subjects.
Yeah.
So I think you're on the right track. All right, look at this one. See, I think that's really good. They got an overhead light, and they're having the subject play to the light. You got that great fall off.
And it doesn't look overly, even though it's flashy, it doesn't look overly flashy because it's balanced, and it's also, whatever it is a big softbox.
Yeah,
or
and
big,
you could, honestly, you could probably take the highlights down a little bit. Like right there.
Yeah. But like,
I might have gone too far.
It's one of those where it's a very soft wrapping light that
it's
they're
nice.
playing to.
I like what you're doing a lot here. This one, the lighting isn't quite as good because she's not looking up, and you have a lot of shadows under her. But she's in a good pose. Her poses are very good, and this looks lovely in black and white. Again, I think we'll just pull the highlights back a little bit. Right there.
I like that one.
Yeah, pull the highlights back. Watch. Here's the difference.
It's not much, too. It's not much.
But look at the difference.
Yeah.
These are great. I love what you're doing.
Look at that image, but then look at the histogram over there. But that's what it works for the image. Like that's the image.
No, I think you're doing great. This is I think you're doing very well. All right. Let's take a look. Love the lighting and the post-processing.
Yeah.
I love the post-processing. This is my least favorite of the three, but I like the post, but there's something about your portraits that I like. There's something consistent in them that I think it's the poses that you chose and stuff. I particularly like this one. This one's just...
I think the last one is the same thing. If you just took a little of the highlights down, it might solve it.
Yeah, that might help. And I think... Yeah,
it's just
the highlights help. Yep, right there.
Yeah.
But these are good. I like what you're doing. I think you're onto something too.
That's just a little bit.
You're a little further down the road than our last person.
I like that.
But good stuff.
Those are nice.
All right, this is the last one before we get to the nods.
All right. I applaud the effort. On the first one, it's very hard to track a plane and then have something in the foreground. It's tilted though. I would definitely.
Well, yeah, the whole thing's tilted to the right.
It's tilted, and then it's not the best. You've got the tower in the back, which is an unattractive.
There's a lot of unattractive stuff happening here. I know that you're looking at this, but we see all of it.
Yeah,
you're looking at this.
What happens if you take out the radio tower and take out the fence
and take out the Thunderbird and take out the?
But just come in maybe just to where you see just the Thunderbird wing, because we all know the Thunderbird wing. Like, even come in just, like, really close. Like,
well, first off, don't we need to straighten it?
Yeah, well, yeah.
All right.
We'll do that. We could even crop it out to where you wouldn't even know it's not straight.
Yeah, but let's just straighten it.
Let's just straighten it.
Just for giggles.
It really should be. Because it's very hard to track a plane with stuff in the foreground, and it can look really cool when you do it.
All right. Well, the tree line's straight and the tower's straight, but this is a...
Well, I'm looking at this. Look at that fence and try to straighten out that fence. Like right there. Now just come in on it. Like take out.
Well, I gotta come out of this before I can get to the crop tool, and then when you go to the crop tool, you want the regular crop here.
Yeah, because we're just gonna come in.
Get rid of this stuff.
Take out all that. The whole thing up to the wing.
Now, how far do you want me to go? All the way to the wing?
Yeah, but take out all this tower. That radio tower is no good.
This radio tower is no good. You heard it here first, folks. Radio tower has a crappy selection. No good. Generative fill. Generate.
Ugh.
Ugh. That's better. You'd have to generate one more time. All right. Well, you know what? Honestly, at this point, you probably just do content aware fill. All right, that gives you a better idea. It's not.
Yeah, but you can see by simplifying it, it's still not the best shot.
I'm not loving it.
It's not the best shot.
And this one, it's a bad placement in the frame against a gray.
It's always
ugly
hard
background.
when the lead planes are casting shadows onto the other ones right at the pilots, which is what's happening there too.
And this, oh God, sorry. And did I crop that correctly now? All right, now you would need to, well, here's what else I do. Let me try getting the sky. Throw a little blue in there so it's not so gray.
You can even lower the exposure on the sky just a little bit.
Yeah, I was going to also lower the highlights. And then bring up the whites. There we go. Just to create a little more dynamicism. Then, this is the thing with the Thunderbirds. They're reflecting the sun, so I pull the highlights back a little bit.
Always.
And honestly, I'd probably add a little more space down here, but that's not too bad, I think. That's better. Here's where.
Better.
Let me see if I can show you before and after. Oh, it's not going to show up before and after. Anyway, that's a little better.
It's better.
And then the third one was the truck.
What do we do here?
I don't know. It looks fine.
Yeah, it looks
I don't know
fine.
what to say. It's not my genre, but I don't know what to tell you. It looks fine to me.
I think maybe if you took the highlights down, you might get some more detail in those flames. Not much.
Yeah, it's and the I don't know. It's all right.
It's good.
Yeah, it's okay. It's hard to judge it. It's an event. It was there. Okay, now we're so out of time, but I have these eight images that I want to show you. These are all just nods. We're not going to critique them because I thought these were all really good, but I have to get to them. So they are. Where are they? Are they at the? Here we are. They're the nods. And make sure I don't see anybody's names. All right, these are just really nice. That is the most epic bird shot I've ever seen. Now, it's got to be a sky replacement.
It is, but it works. It works.
Yeah,
What's
that
the
is
first
like
one?
that's like a superhero.
Yeah. I love what you're doing.
Yeah, this is great.
Keep on doing it.
How about these?
Ooh.
Now, this next one, I saw this. I'm like, how do you critique that? Right?
Nice.
Obviously, underwater photography done.
Just keep on
at
doing
a
that.
pro level.
I like that first one.
Yeah. Look at these.
Ooh.
That's a wildebeest. I don't think right? Is that the wildebeest?
Yeah, but look at the lighting.
Yeah.
Look at the lighting. The mood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice conversions.
Like we were talking earlier about like flat light or harsh light or not there.
Look at these. Come on.
Same thing here.
Look at that. Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Yeah. Keep on doing that.
Yeah, these are just. Now look at these. I think these are really interesting. That's Hong Kong.
Ooh, yeah.
Apartment complex in Hong Kong. I love it at night.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Ooh.
I love. This isn't. Enter this one in an architectural competition. You're going to clean house.
Yep.
I'm serious. That's killer.
Well, yeah, because it is an
Look at
architecture
this.
shot, but it has that.
Wait a minute. All of these are probably Hong Kong, right?
Yeah.
That's Hong Kong. This is probably Hong Kong. That looks like
But
Hong
that
Kong.
middle one is an architecture
Dude.
shot that has this like graphical element
Yes,
to it.
I'm telling you, and leading
Just
lines
leads you
and
right into it.
the copper color of it. I'm telling you, this is great
Sucks
stuff.
you in.
Really, really good stuff. Couple more.
Yeah.
Look at that soft light and such a peaceful pose.
Yeah, great time
Like
of
we
day.
talked about looking uncomfortable. This looks so comfortable. And look at this one is very
that's
interesting
cool.
with that thing in the water, and her pose is really good. And even though it's taken in daylight, or maybe there's a flash in the day, I think this is
That's
a very,
cool.
very interesting photo. But look at this one.
I love that.
Love it. Just these are fantastic. These are just off the
I
chain.
say just keep on doing that.
Keep on doing it. Two more. Oh, there we go. Very, very interesting portraits. Look at that subtle lighting, not overlit, great subject. Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that. These are so good. All right. And then, was that the last one? That was the last one.
I think there's one
All right,
more.
guys.
There's one more.
Oh, is there one more? Oh, yeah, there is one more. You're right. Look at these. Like, what are you going to tell this person?
Keep on shooting hummingbirds.
Keep on shooting hummingbirds.
Wow.
I mean, these are just the separation from the background, the lighting, the backlighting, and the color and the sharpness, and it's all great. So, guys, can I ask you a favor for those of you who are watching? This is the first time we've ever done the nods. Let us know what you think. Is it worth doing? Is it?
Well, I can tell you what I think's interesting about that is we saw a bunch of images that we did have critiques on, but when you get to these, like, we don't have many critiques, and I hope you can see the difference, like, by that.
That you go,
be able to see, like, when we were talking about, like, harsh light on a bird or an insect, like, that looks different.
Yep,
There's
these look
something
different.
That looks different, and it's like, it is that stuff that we talked about. It's either composition, lighting,
and the portraits,
gesture, the posing, all that stuff that comes together.
That all comes together. All right, did we give out our prizes yet?
No, we haven't, but we have tons of prizes to give away. So we've got Tom L is winning the On One No Noise AI, and then we're giving away to Pauline Pee-wee. Pee-wee is winning the V flats, and then Dennis Field is winning the digital photography book. Then Cindy Merrill is winning the iPhone book. Barbara Stoller is winning, is winning the Slick Pick, and then Barbara Budsworth is winning the Retouch for me, and then Becky Murphy is winning the Platypod Basic. So just email us over at gridprize@kelby1.com, and we'll verify information, then send you out your prize. Just do that by this Friday, please.
All right. So just a couple of things to note. Number one is thanks to everyone that turned in images. I know it's not easy to do.
Yes.
Critiques, and sometimes today was a rough day for a lot of folks. But I'm hoping what it does, instead of make you mad, is push you further. Okay, I know where I stand. I know what I need to work on. I need to work on my lighting or my white balance or whatever. I hope it opened to your eyes some things that you can take and do immediately that will help your photography. That's number one. Number two is I will not be here next week or the next week or the next week or the next week. Here's why. Tomorrow I'm flying to Norway. I've got a few days of scouting. I've got a week-long workshop. Then I fly to London to hang out with some friends. I'll be hanging out in London for a few days. My wife will fly to London and meet me. We're going to go to Greenwich, and we're going to board a cruise to celebrate our 35th wedding anniversary. We're going to go all the way around Ireland, Northern Ireland, Scotland, England, and then end in Bergen, Norway again. And I will not be back until September 13th.
Wow.
I know I'm going to be gone for like a month.
I actually do this though.
I will. Well, Eric knew. Yeah, I will be Skyping in and some stuff. Also, I won't. You will still see me popping in here and there. But I've never taken this been away for this long. But I know that I'm in good hands. I got a great crew here, and Eric will make sure that none of you are alone or lonely. And also, I think we have some guests coming in too.
Yeah,
that are going to help us out. Thank you all. Thanks to our sponsors. Thanks to my crew here. Thanks to Dobson, whose gym work, it's evolving. What would you say the word for Dobson's gym work is?
I like evolving.
Evolving.
It's
evolving.
The other thing to don't forget about, Photoshop World's coming up at the end of September.
That's right, at
You
the
see
end of
there
September.
September 24th through 26th. So make sure you join us there. We got some cool stuff planned for it.
3 days, 3 tracks, and you get the whole thing archived for a year.
Yes, if you want to master Photoshop, Photoshop
Go to
World.
photoshopworld.com.
There we go.
Anything else?
Anything else? Make sure you get on that list if you want to go to Vegas. We're going to have definitely some fun there.
Oh, we're going to have a great time.
We get on that list. And then make sure you check out Kelby One. Like, that's the one thing we're talking about here. Like, all this stuff that we're harping on, maybe a little too much on the composition and all that stuff, it's because that stuff's important. And the best way to to invest into yourself and learn is to, you know, go over to Kelby One. There's so many classes on this stuff, so you don't have to wonder.
54 cents a day.
So check it out over at kelby1.com.
It's so cheap.
All right.
So cheap. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, I will say I'd see you next week, but I might.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
All right.
Oh, he cut off our heads. He cut off our heads. He was
chopping.
evolving, too. Now he's...